10 amazing animals that don't need to drink water. We consider only a few basic things vital for survival. Food, water, and shelter are all necessities. If you had to choose between the two, water is the most important. A human can only survive for 3 or 4 days without water. This number can be reduced even further in extreme conditions. However, for certain creatures around the planet, water isn't even a consideration. Even small amounts can keep a variety of species alive. Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today we are going to talk about 10 amazing animals that don't need to drink water. Before we get started with the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Number 10. Freshwater fish don't drink because of how salty they are. Freshwater fish do not drink any water at all. It's true, as strange as it may sound. That is not to suggest they do not absorb water, which they do via osmosis via their skin and over their gills. However, it would be harmful for a freshwater fish to drink water in the same way that people and other animals do. Because of the salt in a fish's biological fluids, it cannot consume fresh water without potentially dying. Their kidneys would have to filter it extremely quickly, or the fish would explode due to a salt imbalance in their blood and organs. Instead, they use their gills to filter water, allowing them to maintain a healthy salt balance in their bodies. Number 9. Mountain gorillas very rarely drink water. Mountain gorillas are enormous primates that can weigh up to 400 pounds. Despite their size, plants provide the majority of the nutrients they consume, including leaves and stems, as well as roots, flowers, fruits, and insects. They hardly ever drink water. When it comes to moisture, they acquire it from succulent plants, which can contain up to 50% water, as well as morning dew that has accumulated on the plants. Those who have studied gorillas for years have just recently detected an increase in water drinking by the apes, which could be attributed to climate change and higher temperatures in the gorilla's native habitat. Number 8. Marine mammals get most of their water from their prey. Water is absorbed by the majority of sea creatures, particularly cetaceans such as whales and pinnipeds such as seals. Whales in particular may often get all the water they need by metabolizing both protein and fat from the organisms they eat. However, it is hypothesized that under certain conditions, these mammals could supplement their food with seawater if they are losing too much moisture due to evaporation. Even microscopic krill, which gigantic blue whales feed on, can offer enough water to keep the marine creatures alive in most circumstances. Sharks, while not mammals, are similar to some of their smaller cousins. This means they contain more salt than the water in which they swim. As a result, they don't drink water and instead absorb it by osmosis. Number 7. Koalas can usually get all the water they need while in the treetops. Koalas don't need to drink water very often. As difficult as it is to believe, the relatively small diet of eucalyptus leaves provides them with some of the fluids they require. At least it used to. Furthermore, it has been noticed that they just lick the water that falls down the trees after rain. High temperatures in Australia have driven koalas to the ground in search of fresh water sources in recent years. It's becoming more frequent to see videos and stories about koalas approaching people and appearing to beg for water from water bottles, which many people are willing to give them. Number 6. Frogs absorb water on their skin. Frogs spend the majority of their lives in water, yet they are not heavy drinkers. However, how they stay hydrated may be more sophisticated than you realize. After all, not all frogs simply sit in a pond and absorb water via their skin. Green tree frogs in Australia use a technique known as lemonade physics. They will spend some time outside in the cold before returning to their cozy tree home. Water condenses on their skin, much like the enticing small beads of moisture on a refreshing glass of lemonade on a hot day. They may absorb that water into their flesh, which gives them the necessary hydration. Number 5. Kangaroo rats metabolize water from seeds. These critters can be found in the Sonoran Desert and are so well suited to desert life that they never need to drink water in their entire lives. Their bodies are practically remarkable in their ability to extract water from objects that humans would consider completely empty of water. Kangaroo mice eat seeds that aren't known for their luscious texture. Despite this, their metabolism is capable of converting 1 gram of seed into half a gram of water. To further extend their own hydration, their kidneys can superprocess urine to the point where what comes out is essentially crystalline, guaranteeing that no liquid is wasted. Number 4. Thorny devil channels water out of sand. Few desert residents are as amazing as the thorny devil in terms of unique adaptations for staying hydrated. This fearsome-looking little beast doesn't drink water and doesn't even need to absorb it through the food it eats, though it does appear to be capable of doing so through capillaries in its skin. The thorny devil is so adept at hydrating itself in the absence of water that it just draws it out of the sand and into its body. The thorny devil's flesh is made up of small channels in and among its many spikes and ridges. When it comes into contact with sand that has even a trace of moisture, the grooves can suck the water out of the sand. The water is then directed through these little grooves into the lizard's mouth, giving it the appearance of a bumpy, spiky straw. The deeper it sinks into slightly moist sand, the more liquid it may absorb. Number 3. Naked mole rats get their moisture from roots. They rarely need to drink water. Naked mole rats, who live underground, are prone to consuming plant components that grow underground as well, particularly roots and tubers. This is where the rodents receive their water, and they are astute about it. They just eat a portion of the roots in order to keep the plant alive. That implies it will continue to grow and eventually offer a meal for the mole rat. Number 2. Sand cats will drink water but don't need to. Sand cats have adapted to living for weeks without water in the desert. They will just take what they need from their prey, just like other predators, like lovely, tiny vampire kittens. If there is water available, they will drink it. Otherwise, prey animals such as rodents, birds, and even spiders and insects will do the task. Number 1. Gerenuk never needs to drink. Gerenuks are slim, beautiful creatures with the moniker giraffe-necked. They are an African antelope, however, they look to be much smaller than most kinds. Their skulls, in particular, are quite small, which, paired with their huge eyes and ears, gives them an almost comical appearance. It, like many savanna and hot climate animals, is well suited to living in an area where water is scarce. Unlike most creatures, the Gerenuk has advanced to the next degree of adaptability. One of these animals has the potential to live a full life. They feed plants and use their lengthy legs and necks to reach higher into trees for additional coverage. Their populations are especially dense in the driest locations where many other creatures cannot survive due to a lack of water, guaranteeing that the Gerenuk has an abundance of food due to a lack of competition. To help them start hydrating, they have evolved nasal passages that actually keep moisture in rather than allowing it to escape through expiration. That's a wrap on the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.